first phase, second phase, and third phase, but they concentrated on Hell Week.
Right.
But all I saw was the Pacific Ocean.
Right, water again.
Dude, I saw nothing but water. More water than pararescue. And these guys are like going from this big class to this, it shows them quitting. And I see nothing but this jackhammer. Guys, snot bubbles and just rolling around, sugar cookies, and in and out of the surf. And carry these boats and logs. I'm like, fuck that shit looks evil. But guys, as they quit, I saw like their soul leaving their bodies almost on screen because this look came over them. And I imagined, I remember myself back in pararescue training, I bet that's how I fucking looked in front of that fucking Sergeant Lundberg. And I bet he could see in my eyes that I was basically quitting. He knew I was quitting. He just gave me a medical. That motherfucker knew it. As a man looking at another man, you know when the man's done. I knew I was quitting, dude. He just didn't, he saved me and didn't want to tell me I was quitting. He knew it. Because I can look at somebody now and say, okay, dude, you're good. But I know you're quitting. It ain't your fucking knee or your back or whatever. You're quitting. He saw that in me. And I said, motherfucker, man. So now I'm watching these guys go through training. And it goes down to 22 guys who are left. And it was amazing how it ended. Because these words, I don't know them exactly, but it's in my book exactly. And this commanding officer's at graduation. And these 22 guys graduate buds, SEAL training. And his commanding officer's in his dress whites. He's up there, some old skinny fucking commander, but you can tell he's been through the shit. Salty looking motherfucker. And he's looking hard, and his speech was amazing. He goes, we live in a society where mediocrity is often rewarded. And he looked down at the 22 men, and he says something about basically, you all detest mediocrity. And he goes on to talk about this mediocrity and shit. And I just sat back and I said, God, man, I just want to be like these motherfuckers. You 22 men, I want to feel like that, man. I said, I'm tired of feeling the way I feel every day. I'm tired of how I feel. I'm tired of lying to myself, lying to people, and just being some piece of shit. And I always knew in the back of my mind, I could be something special, but I knew the work it was going to take was going to kill me. I was afraid of that. I was afraid of the brutality and the suffering I was going to have to endure. But I knew I could do something. But I'm like, I ain't trying to do that kind of work, man. I'm just not trying to do that. So I chose the path of the of least resistance. So now my idea is, it became so haunting and daunting on me, myself, that I said, I'm done. I'm fucking done. And I thought I fixed myself in the accountability mirror when my mom put the letter down on the bed.
Yeah.
Nah. So now, at this point, I actually drive back to Buffalo, New York to see my dad. Haven't seen him in years.
I've not heard this part.
And no one knows about this. I didn't even put this in the book even. So before I start this journey to be Navy SEAL, I go back to see my dad because I realize now I gotta fix some shit. I'm blaming everything. I gotta go back. You know how a lot of times you're like, if you're a runner, your right knee may hurt, but it's not your right knee that hurts, it's really your left hip.
Yes.
But we're concentrating on the right knee. I'm concentrating on all my shit. But I need to go back to the root of the problem, which is my dad. I gotta face the demon. I gotta go back and see what made him so fucked up to make me so fucked up. Why am I fucked up? So I go back and I go back in as an older man now. I'm in my 20s. I'm not a kid anymore, and I want to see this man and face him as a grown man, but still as a kid in my head. I was still a kid, but I was a grown man as my age. And I went back and I realized he was the same man that he was.
Still the same.
Still the same. And I talked to him. He was still nuts, and but I had to go back and face that one more time. But to face it in a different way.
How'd you do it different?
I looked at him in a way, we never said sorry to one another. And he went off about my mom and my grandparents and all kind of shit. But I looked at him in a way that I realize now why you fucked us up. I had to almost be him to realize it's okay, brother. It's okay, because I realized that somewhere in your fucking life, something fucked you up. And you didn't deal with it. And so you put that shit on me, my mom, and everybody around you. I'm gonna deal with my shit. Wow. So even though you gave me all this shit, you gave me a satchel of shit that I didn't deserve, and now I'm all fucked up and people think I'm a fucking liar and I'm all fucked up. You gave me this. You created this fucking nightmare of Goggins. I'm gonna fix it though. So now I get it. I look at